Hello, you all. I hope you have been doing good and been able to cope up with these difficult times. The pandemic has engulfed not only our homes, not only our loved ones, but also most of our minds. And since it has gotten here, it is very difficult to be able to cope with these feelings on a daily basis. So I'm here. I'm Megha Jain, and I'll be helping you deal with these feelings in a little more efficient way. So, talking about negativity can come up in any way. It can come up for the external world, which includes the virus in itself, or your people, your loved ones, your relatives, your family, or your career, or anything. Or it could also come up with a very blurred vision of your future, where you're not able to see your future clearly. It could also come up in negative views of your own self, where you're not able to trust your own worth. You're not able to build the foundation that you were seeing yourself on. So, to be able to deal with these negative feelings, there are a few short, quick ways that will help you. Starting with number one. Point number one is that you try to create a dialogue with yourself. By that, I do not mean to say that, I'm not referring to the self conversation that we have on a daily basis inside our head every day. It's actually more like talking with somebody else. But you're not actually talking with somebody else, you're actually sitting maybe in front of a wall and creating an isolated place for yourself. You just sit in front of the wall and have a conversation with the wall as if the wall were you, right? And when you'll be able to do that, you'll actually be able to identify the real things that are coming up in your head, and you'll be able to take a note of what is the real problem, and when you reach the real problem, you're actually able to reach the real solution. Point number two is you can actually try to be productive, which we are all trying to do, but productivity doesn't come that easy in these times, right? So when I say try to be productive, I say that also treat yourself like a child, right? You don't expect an adult, a fully functioning individual kind of a productivity from yourself right now in these pandemic times, when all of us have almost reached on the verge of the question of survival itself. Our very existence has come into question. There we need to understand that we have to start from square one. We have to treat ourselves and give ourselves goals like that of a child. So if you're saying that you have to complete an assignment, for example, so you say that I will complete a 50-word paragraph today, a goal as small as that. And if you're able to complete that, maybe that's a big achievement in these times, which takes me to point number three, that is, do not take yourself for granted. We expect that from others, so we have to abide by that ourselves, right? I mean, a lot of unfortunate deaths are happening. A lot of people are losing their loved ones every day, every hour. In these times, we have to consider it a blessing. We have to consider ourselves a fighter, a warrior, that we have been able to survive these times. We're at least existing, unlike all these unfortunate deaths. So give yourself some credit for that, and don't expect too much. You're surviving. That's more than enough. Last but not the least, there is this thing that goes by, follow the reality, go with the reality. This means that whenever these kind of thoughts come to your mind, that what if I'm infected, what if the symptoms are coming to me, you always have to remember that you have to wait for the reality to come to you. You have to wait for the symptoms to come to you, instead of just anticipating about the symptoms, right? Thank you.